SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries, Ooze in the Ocean. Chapter 21, the last chapter. It felt good to have my partner back next to me again. Sure, we each had our own skills. We were capable of getting out there in the rough, tough world and doing some perfectly fine sleuthing on our own. But we were a team, meant to work together. That's just how it was. At least that's the way I saw it. I think Patrick saw it that way too. And when our team joined forces with Merman Man and Barnacle Boy, well, that was a double team. A double team that could take on any gang of villains and bring them to justice. But first, we had to catch them. Laughing, the Atomic Flounder leaned back in the driver's seat of the Evilmobile, steering with one hand. Ha ha! That stopped him, right? Wrong, Man Ray said, looking back. The sea star fell right into that boatmobile that stood after us. What? The Atomic Flounder bellowed. Alright, that's it. We're through playing nice. He pressed a button on the dashboard labeled Oil Slick. A pipe popped out of the back of the Evilmobile and pumped out slippery black oil. Whoosh! Look out! SpongeBob warned. For what? Merman asked. A drive-in ice cream parlor? I sure could go for a scoop of prune with brand sprinkles. Sheep! The invisible boatmobile hit the oil slick and went into a skid, spinning around like a pinwheel. Whoa! The four heroes screamed as the vehicle spun out of control. Ha ha! What's the matter? The dirty bubble jeered, watching them swerve and whirl. Too slippery for you? Ha 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 ha! He laughed through his tightly clenched teeth. Deploy Salty Cleanser! Man Ray yelled. Barnacle Boy hit an invincible button, the right one this time, and jets sprayed soapy foam underneath the invisible boatmobile, cleaning away the slick mess. With all the oil washed off the road and their tires, Merman Man was able to regain control of the invisible boatmobile. They tore down the road, their squeaky clean tires squealing, getting closer and closer to the Evilmobile. They're still coming! Man Ray reported, looking out the back. Time for a Tack attack! The Atomic Flounder said, pressing another button on the dashboard. Shwick! Thousands of tacks shot out of the tailpipe, covering the ground behind the Evilmobile. Let's see them drive through that! The Atomic Flounder gloated. Squinting, Patrick peered ahead, shading his eyes with his hand. There's something real shiny on the road ahead! Sounds like they used the Evilmobile's Tack attack, Barnacle Boy said. Maybe we better turn around. No need, my pragmatic partner, Man Ray assured him. He reached forward to press another invisible button. This time he got it right on the first try. A huge, fully invisible magnet sprang out of the invisible boatmobile's prow. The Mama Magnet! SpongeBob squealed, thrilled to see a device used by the aquatic duo in many of their adventures. Ting, 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 ting. The Merman Magnet's powerful attractive force pulled all the tacks off the road and held them fast to its ultramagnetic surface. How is the invisible boatmobile doing now? The Atomic Flounder chortled, with all its tires popped. Its tires aren't popped, Man Ray said. They picked up all the tacks with a big magnet. The Atomic Flounder snarled. They're ruining our joyride! We're going to lose them once and for all! He pressed the gas pedal down as hard as he could and worked the steering wheel, swerving around rocks and buildings as they passed the Bikini Bottom city limits. The invisible boatmobile sped after them, practically flying thanks to the awesome power of its double super turbo acceleration drive. The Evilmobile ripped through Muscle Beach at Goo Lagoon, sending the buff bodybuilders diving for cover behind their stacks of heavy weights. As the sunbathers basking by the lagoon scampered, Larry the Lobster shouted from his lifeguard chair, Hey! No running! Also, no diving or speeding! He blew his whistle at the invisible boatmobile, raced down the beach, scattering towels, umbrellas, beach balls, and sandcastles. Tweet, tweet! From Goo Lagoon, the Evilmobile hurtled straight toward Mr. Krabs' house. They're going to crash into Mr. Krabs' house! SpongeBob shouted, but before they reached the house shaped like an anchor, the villains banked up a sand dune, sending them up and through the ring at the top of the house. Whoop! They landed in front of the house and just kept going. We should probably just drive around the house, Barnacle Boy started to suggest. No time! Merman interrupted, steering straight toward the sand dune and launching into the air. Yeah! SpongeBob, Patrick, and Barnacle Boy screamed. They whizzed through the ring like a thread through the eye of a needle and landed in front of the house. Whoop! Ahead of them, the Evilmobile zoomed toward the chum bucket. Wham! They crashed right through the back of the building, barreled across the dining area, and smashed through the front doors. Shink! Plankton ran out after them. Hey! Who's gonna pay for all this damage? You didn't even place a to-go order. Also, if you bad guys are hatching an evil scheme, I want in. The invisible Boatmobile zipped right through the holes the villains had left in the chum bucket. Luckily, no customers got hurt, SpongeBob observed. Since there are never any customers here, he laughed at his own joke. That's a solid burn, buddy, Patrick said approvingly. We've got a problem, Merman alerted his colleagues as they drove full throttle after the Evilmobile. What's that? Barnacle Boy asked. We're almost out of fuel, Merman said. Look! He pressed an invisible button on the dashboard. A gauge appeared. The needle was perilously close to the word empty. And those bad guys are showing no signs of slowing down, Barnacle Boy said. We've got to stop them right away, SpongeBob insisted. Merman, turn left here. We'll take a shortcut and head them off. All we need to do is get the invisible Boatmobile right next to the Evilmobile. Then what? Patrick asked. We'll ask if we can borrow some fuel? Then it's up to you and me, partner, SpongeBob said, putting his hand on Patrick's shoulder. I just wish we had at least one of the weapons from the Mermalair. You mean like these? Patrick said, holding up the mittens of destruction. Hey, Barnacle Boy said, you're not supposed to take those out of the cave? Sorry, Patrick apologized. I shoved them in my coat pocket and they got stuck to the toast. Perfect, SpongeBob cried. Patrick, you're a genius. I am? Patrick asked, amazed but pleased. At the end of the block, Merman skidded into the intersection and screeched to a stop. Less than half a block away, the Atomic Flounder saw the 4 crime fighters sitting suspended above the pavement of the narrow street. Should I rev into them? The Atomic Flounder asked. No! Jumbo Shrimp shouted. You'll scratch the Evilmobile! Stop! The Atomic Flounder hit the brakes. The Evilmobile lurched to a halt inches from the invisible Boatmobile. Come on, Patrick! SpongeBob yelled. Let's get him! The 2 detectives leaped out of their vehicle and onto the hood of the Evilmobile. Patrick! Mittens of destruction! Patrick circled his arms around, winding up the mittens' energy and pointing them at the villains, zapping them with an overpowering blast of itchiness. Rich, 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 rich! The 5 bad guys immediately started scratching like crazy. Oh, make it stop! Make it stop! The dirty bubble moaned. Here, Merman called, reaching into the invisible Boatmobile's glove compartment and pulling out a coil of silver rope. Tie him up with a murmur rope! He tossed the rope to SpongeBob, who quickly wound it around the gang, remembering to finish with a tying up bad guys so they can't possibly escape knot. Merman and Barnacle Boy got out of the invisible Boatmobile and strolled over to the Evilmobile. Nice work, detectives! Merman said to SpongeBob and Patrick. Yes, but be sure to put those mittens back where you found them, Barnacle Boy added. Merman addressed the villains. You evildoers are going to Bikini Bottom jail for a long, long time! Still scratching, the criminals broke into tears. Oh, please! The Atomic Flounder begged. Have mercy! All I wanted was to drive our Evilmobile again! We love more Evilmobile! We never get to do anything fun! Retirement is so boring! Well, Merman said, considering their plea. He could sympathize. Retirement was a little dull. Besides, Man Ray put it insightfully, reading Merman's hesitation. Wasn't it fun to chase us all over our town again? A lot more fun than rotting away in that stultifying old rest home. Working together as partners, a team all together? Jumbo Shrimp said. Don't you miss the old days? Merman and Barnacle Boy looked at each other. It had been fun working together as a team. Merman turned to SpongeBob. What do you think? SpongeBob said. We've got to go to jail, that's for sure, but I suppose we do have time for a few more spins around town first. Yay! The villains all cheered. SpongeBob untied the rope and climbed back into the invisible boomobile with Patrick, Merman, and Barnacle Boy. Okay, the Atomic Flounder said, excited. Just give us a little head start. They peeled out burning rubber, leaving a cloud of smoke. Merman hit the starter. Nothing happened. Oops, he said. We're out of fuel! Later that day, after the 5 villains had been safely locked away in the confines of the Bikini Bottom jail and the Evilmobile had been returned to its locked garage in the sub-basement of the Mermalair, there was a big celebration party at the Shady Shoals rest home. Miss Hellebutt had convinced all the residents to return, since those responsible for the ooze had been apprehended. Even the inspector was satisfied that any possible health risks had been eliminated. SpongeBob got to be the hero for his heroes, and he was able to do it with his best friend. Well, partner, SpongeBob said to Patrick as they ate cake and ice cream. We did it! We cracked the case of the mysterious green ooze! Yup, Patrick said, taking a huge bite. We worked together as partners, respecting each other. We caught the bad guys and we helped people. Plus, we got ice cream. Roy and Thelma tottered up to the detectives. So, Ray said, we heard you young hotshots solve the mystery. Who was leaving that nasty green slime behind our home? Thelma asked. The sinister slug! SpongeBob said between bites. He and the Atomic Flounder, Jumbo Shrimp, and the Dirty Bubble and Mary were scheming to steal back the Evilmobile. Roy and Thelma stared at SpongeBob and Patrick for a moment, then burst into laughter. Oh, right, Thelma said. That sounds real likely, Roy said sarcastically. I still say it was aliens, Thelma said stubbornly. Mutant mold monsters, Roy shouted. Aliens! Mutant mold monsters! Another mystery solved. Case cracked. Bad guys stopped, rounded up, and tossed in the clink. I felt real good about it. The Shady Shoals rest home was staying open, and Merman and Barnacle Boy got to enjoy a taste of their old adventurous life of fighting crime. I was thrilled to have done my little bit to make it all happen, but most of all, I was glad to have worked with a terrific partner. Sure, afterward I hung on my trench coat and my fedora hat and went back to proudly wearing my Krusty Krab uniform. But my coat and hat were right there in my closet, waiting for the next time I needed them. I hoped it was soon. Good night, Bikini Bottom. Sleep tight and safe. The